Hi, friend. Brian Fothery here, your identity theft protection guy online. But today I want to talk to you about something other than that. And I want to talk to a specific group of people today as well. Most of you know that I'm a pastor. I have been a pastor for well over 30 years now and love doing what we do. Love touching people's lives for God's kingdom. We love seeing people transform from despair into hope. We love to see marriages get healed. We love to do all those kinds of things that we have had the great fortune of doing over our years of ministry. The one thing we haven't had a great fortune to do is create a great fortune. We have not done ministry for finances. We have done it because it was a call of God in our life. And we continue to do that, and we'll always continue to do that. But now at the age of 57, I need to look at retirement for my wife and I. I need to look at what that looks like. And in the last year, we decided we need to create a retirement residual income for our own lives. We've raised our children. We've got almost all of them out of the house. We're approaching empty nest mode, and we're getting close to that. So now it's time to begin to look at that and say, what God do you want us to do? How do you want us to do it? And I had a friend of mine get a hold of me about a year ago and said, I want you to take a look at something. I knew it was a business thing. I really wasn't interested in taking a look at what he was doing, but I knew him for quite a while, and I hadn't heard him that excited in a long period of time. So I went. I went for two reasons. One, to keep fueling his flame, fanning it, helping him to go forward in his life. Secondly, some really close friends of ours who live out of state were the ones who invited him in to that business, and they were going to be on the video presentation that we're going to be watching. That night, we're going to do a Zoom call, webinar kind of thing, and they were going to be there. So I wanted to say hello to them because I hadn't talked to them in a while and wanted to have a conversation with them. So I went, and then the gentleman that made the presentation did a great job of making the presentation. And as I'm walking through the presentation, listening to what they're talking about, I'm getting frustrated because it made too much sense not to take serious. And so at the end of the presentation, I ended up being one of the last people in the room. And the guy that was making the presentation is like, so Brian, where you at? Where's your interest level? And I'm like, well, can I be honest with you? And he said, certainly. I said, well, I came in with a -6 interest because for two reasons. One, I'm in a good place and I really don't want to do a business right now. Two, when I left the house, my wife looked at me and said, don't go get interested in something else to do. Cause we've done some things over the years to create income, and she just was like, we're done. We don't want to do that anymore. And so I'm like, I have to go home and have that conversation with my wife. And so he laughed and let me know that he understood. He went through that process. It took me about a month to walk through and make a decision and pray about it and get through it. And so we did, and we jumped on board. Now, I said all that to say this. One of the reasons I jumped on board, because one of my favorite preacher stories that I've ever heard was talks about a guy who's living in his house, and he's living on the edge of a big, large body of water, and begins to flood. And begins to flood and starts coming into his living room. And he climbs up the steps, goes up to the top of the steps, and he's like, "Oh Lord, don't let this kill me. Don't let this flood take me." And as the water deepened, some guy come by in a flat bottom boat and said, "Hey buddy, why don't you hop in the boat and we'll save you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm waiting for God. I'm praying. I'm praying for God to save me." And the waters kept increasing, pushed him up onto the roof. And so he gets up on the roof, and another boat comes by, and the waters are getting more torrential, and it's getting more and more dangerous. And another boat comes, "Hey, mister, hop in the boat. We want to help you. Come on, get apart. We'll save your life." And he's like, "Nah, I've been praying. God's going to save me. It's going to be okay." And as the water was getting ready to take his house, the rescue helicopter comes in, and this guy drops down on a cable and says, "Come on, mister, we're going to save your life." He's like, "No, no, I'm going to be okay. God's going to save me." And then fast forward to the next scene, he's in heaven because he died. And he gets in heaven and he's like, "God, I thought you were going to save me." And God said, "I sent you two boats and a helicopter. What more do you want?" I didn't want to find myself having turned down two boats and a helicopter to create income for my life and for my family, and find myself floundering at my latter age. I just turned 57, and it's time to look at retirement because we haven't done that because we've been so focused and busy on building God's kingdom, not ours. So now it's time. So if you're that person, you've gone like me, and you've worked and you worked and you worked and you worked, and you don't have anything financially to show for it, we want to help you. We want to help you create income for the end of your life, for your retirement, and we want to do it in such a way that you don't have to work hard the rest of your life. Work hard for a period of time and let it pay you for the rest of your life. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, please private message us. Let us know. Say more information in the comment section, and we will get the information out to you, and we will give you an opportunity to take a look at what we're doing. And maybe it's your turn to not turn down the boats in the helicopter. Maybe you've been praying for an opportunity. Maybe you've been praying, God, I just need something. I need something in my life to help me. And we want you to know that this might be, it may not, but this might be the very thing that God is saying for you to have, so you can turn your life around financially and be a blessing to yourselves and to your family as you enter into your retirement age. So if that's you and you're interested, let us know. I hope that we can help you. Talk to you soon. Bye.